Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2023 love reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. That is also listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see let's start off with to see what the tarot has to say. Here's Scorpio, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels, and spirit guides, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Oh, interesting. Let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So we have two that come forward. This is evolve and adventure reverse. So we're not really here to have an adventure during this time when it comes to love. So just be aware of that our heart kind of wants something a little bit more steady, a little bit more, grounded during this time, most definitely. So an adventure, it doesn't really resonate with us right now. We are evolving. We are transforming. We are looking at what we want. We're looking at what we've had, and we're really seeing ourselves when it comes to love as stepping into a new realm of love within our lives, a new way of moving forward. It doesn't matter if we're in a relationship. It doesn't matter if we're seeking out a partner or we just want to have love in our life in general. There's going to be a different way that we're going about it, connecting with it, seeing it, bringing ourselves forward. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. So here we have the High Priestess. There is a sense that we can dive really deeply into things, and that's something we need to be mindful of. We're going to be more attracted to Spirit is saying we're going to be more attractive to the potential we can see in a person or in a situation or in something than the actual person themselves. They have to see that potential within them too. It's not enough just for us to believe in them. And we need to realize that, because there's a sense that we can see, like the curtain is being pulled back. We can see what others cannot see. And that's great. That's beautiful for us. But it is also going to be something during this time where it's like, just because you see it doesn't mean that that potential will come forward in that person. Okay? So just be aware of that. Yeah. Yeah. For in relationships, out of relationships, looking for relationships, just because you see that potential there doesn't mean the other person does too. With the devil reverse, this is Capricorn energy, time frame, December 22nd to January 19th. Now, this could be a tricky time frame for us for whatever reason. But there is also a sense of whatever negative patterns we have been following in love, or we could have a negative relationship with a Capricorn. We are being released from them. There's going to be certain things, darkness, hurt, pain, disappointment, addictions that have been in our lives that we think, oh, well, that's just a part of things. And now we're going to be released from it. We're going to choose to be released from it. We're working towards the sense of freeing ourselves from chains, freeing ourselves from chaos, and really moving forward towards what we love and what we want within our lives. So that's going to be a big thing. It can also be a very intense thing when we are releasing ourselves from negative patterns, or negative patterns that have become almost commonplace to us. It's like, I don't want this, I don't need this anymore. Or not that we ever needed it, but I don't want this in my life. I don't want this to define me. And we're going to see ourselves set free. And there's just going to be this weight lifted off of us. And that could be very overwhelming. So just be aware of that. And we have the Death card right here, which is the essence of us coming forward. We have the Seven of Wands. We're very used to fighting. Okay? When it comes to love, when it comes to what we want in life, when it comes to really listening to our hearts, we're very used to fighting. And it's very interesting because we start this with an energy of, I'm used to fighting, right? And we end it with, I don't want to be a student. So we're even fighting our own, listening to our heart and our own learning. So just be aware of this during this time, Scorpio, that there's a real sense here of, what have I been fighting for? What do I want? And if I have been fighting this much in this area, is it worth it? Because we're really looking at ourselves and we're finding balance. Because there have been certain things that have been out of balance. We have been out of balance. Because there's always been two things, and one has been pulling us one way, one has been pulling us the other way. And now we're really starting to see ourselves and saying, what do I want? What do I want to be? What's important to me? Because for so long, we've been seeing the potential in everything. And we're like, oh, I see that. I can move forward that way. But now we're starting to see the potential in ourselves. We're pulling back the curtain. And we're saying, what do I want? What do I need? What do I love? This is a time where whatever we've been fighting in self-love comes forward. And it's like, oh man, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I was held back that way, or I didn't realize that wasn't moving me forward the way that I needed it to. And so we're going to be releasing a lot of things that have been binding us, chaining us down. And we see that with our crowning card with the devil reversed. And we're also going to see the essence of ourselves moving forward. There's a real sense of your angels, your spirit guides, your connection. I mean, Scorpio, I love that you walk between the realms. You walk in the waking world and in the spirit world. And there's this real sense of, now I'm seeing what I want, what I need, where I need to be for me. And then we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. So if you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, or you have strong Sagittarius in your chart, that is coming forward during this time, the sense of balance. But Sagittarius also really moves towards truth. It's like, what is true? What is true for you? What is balance? What is insight? Where do you need to be? Because with the Two of Pentacles, we've been out of balance. We've been juggling so much. We've been working on so much that we've forgotten our own balance. We've forgotten our own harmony. And now we're being called back to it in a very real way, in a very honest way, in a very open way. We are being called back to us. And if we're in a relationship with a Sagittarius, well, it's been out of balance. And now we're starting to see the fighting and the discord that has led us out of harmony and led us out and resistant to transformation, which is the evolution that Spirit has been talking about here. And so we're going to be looking at things and saying, okay, where do I need to be? And that's where the Page of Cups comes in. And the Page of Cups reversed is a very real sense of, I don't want to be a student, right? I don't want to be a student of my heart. I've done this enough. I know my heart enough. I get to move forward in what I need and what I love. But Spirit is saying here, even though we are resistant to it, let us be a student of our heart. Let us look at what we really need. Look at where our heart is telling us to be and open ourselves up to it, because it's going to be transforming things in ways that we hadn't anticipated, we didn't think was possible, and it's going to be moving us forward really quite spectacularly. So even though there's a little bit here of like, don't tell me what to do, even for ourselves, we're like, don't tell me what to do. I have it figured out. We're fighting against going back to that inner child, going back to what we have been longing for so long, and really giving voice to it, naming it, claiming it, seeing it. And it's opening us up in a way that we hadn't imagined we could to love, but to self love, to a connection with our angels, which is going to give us this radiant love around us, this aura love. And like people will say to you, if you open up to this love, it's like, wow, Scorpio, what the heck are you doing different? Like, have you done your hair differently? Or, what are you doing differently? And it starts to attract love to you in a way that, again, it can feel a little bit off putting. You're not really looking for an adventure, but if you open your heart up during this time to what you really love and what is important to that inner child, what was important to that inner child that was just, push down, push down, push down, you're going to see that there is an adventure here, but it's not going anywhere. It's an adventure of your own heart. It's an adventure of, a connection with your soul. It's an adventure of you. And that's going to be really quite brilliant. Yeah. And we're really releasing negativities that have pulled us down and held us back and kept us from really embracing our nature. We are also finding balance within kind of a wildness. Because remember, the devil is a conglomeration of all nature gods. And so there's a wildness there. There's an unpredictable nature that moves us forward. And we're looking at it and we're saying, okay, what do I need? What am I moving towards? What is my heart longing for? And we silence this in our world. We silence our nature, our natural nature. And we can silence it through substances. We can silence it through conformity. We can silence it through so many different means, but they all diminish us, diminish us, diminish us. And the death card is really saying here the embrace of ourselves and our soul. And this is the card that represents us in the major arcana. It's like, it's time for me to be me. I've been fighting being me and finding balance and harmony and embracing the truth of what I love and what I want and what I need. And so now I'm going back to the beginning. I'm going back to basics. I'm going back and I'm honoring my story, which is bringing a radiance to our love and ourselves, Scorpio, that is tremendous. It's letting us shine. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And this is the Two of Wands, reverse. A door is closing. The door has closed. And we thought, oh my gosh, that's over. Like, it's over. I'm never going to be able to move forward the way that I wanted to. We'd be saying, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that. Whatever it was, Spirit is now telling us, hey, listen, it's not a bad thing. It's not. The door has closed. It didn't go as expected. That's okay. It's bringing us back to us. It's bringing us back to basics. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message, and this is hope. The last thing left in Pandora's box when she opened up and released chaos onto the world was hope. And that's what we're moving towards. We're moving back into a place of hope, to be filled with hope, to have a dream and a beauty, and to let it shine and let it radiate. We're also going back to our hearts. We're looking at what makes us angry and we're saying, okay, why? And we're seeing ourselves. We're seeing ourselves in a way that we haven't seen ourselves in quite some time. And we're letting ourselves create and cultivate. And it brings us then to the Two of Wands. That door that had closed, that Spirit says, hey, be mindful of, now is open. And now we have had the number 2 repeat 3 times. If we're looking for a relationship, 2 is a couple number. We can be in a couple in our future, most definitely. We're moving in that energy of that. But 2 is also a creative number. And we're moving in that creation. If we are in relationships, okay, it is that connection that has been out of balance and now doors are opening. And it's interesting because I see adventure on the horizon, but it's like not right now. The adventure is going to be in the connection with you first and foremost. But doors are opening and paths are leading us in a direction that we just hadn't really anticipated. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.